Welcome to the Simply Sales Podcast. This is where we share and discuss our experiences in the world of sales and business. Each week, we will provide you with actionable content to help you improve your sales game. Thank you for taking the time to listen. We hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome to episode 23 of the Simply Sales Podcast. On this episode, I'd like to talk to you about something that I feel will be a hot subject that will become more and more throughout 2019. And that hot subject is personal branding. Now, whether you are employed or self-employed, you are your own personal brand. Now, the old saying that people buy from people is even more true now in 2019 than it ever has been. And the reason why is because you as an individual can create huge amounts of success by being you and by being yourself. Now, whether you are employed or self-employed, that doesn't make a difference because if you work, say, in a car dealership, your customers come back to you because they like you, they know you, they trust you, but also because you helped them the first time round. And the reason why they've come back to you and not your colleague is because of you, because you were who you are. Now, if you have an iPhone or a smartphone, you are your own marketing department, videographer, salesperson. You are your own media company. You are your own brand. And you have all of that power harnessed in a device in your pocket. And if you're not using that to its full potential, then you're going to get left behind in 2019. Now, if you have a Facebook or an Instagram account or a LinkedIn profile, firstly, what you want to do is update all of the details, and you want to make sure that you have an image on there that portrays who you are as a personal brand and as a business. So what you don't want to have is is a photo of you on a night out with the lads. That is crucial, because even though that may be you on that odd occasion, that's not you every day. And what we want to portray is the person that you are on a daily basis. Okay, so you need to make sure you've got all of your contact details on there, your mobile number, office or landline, email address, and obviously all of your other socials, so your customers, your followers, your fans can also see you on different platforms that they may not have been on before. Now, once you've done all of that, you want to make sure that you start to work on yourself. So to be a success in 2019, you will not only need to be confident in you and yourself, but you will also need to have belief. And if you don't believe in yourself and who you are, and indeed your product, then you will ultimately fail in 2019. So what you want to do is ask yourself a series of questions that will help you to understand who you are. So the first one is, who are you really? Now, you can ask yourself that maybe 3 or 4 times, and I bet every single time you may get a different answer. If you do this every year, it will also definitely help you, because as you get older, you get wiser, and your perception and so on changes. So first one is, who are you really? What's your vision? What's your values? What do you stand for? Now, once you've answered all of those questions, you then have a clearer understanding about who you are and obviously what you want to do and what you want to achieve for this year. Now, we then need to plan our social media presence. So we need to decide on how many times we're going to post per day, what times are we going to post, and what are we going to post. Now, ultimately for content, obviously that depends on you, your values. So if you don't feel confident in front of the camera, then that's fine, because you can post videos or pictures of your product or your item that you sell. Now, as an idea, you could do a how it works video. Maybe you could do like a Facebook Live where you do like a Q&A. You could do some form of sales promotion. You could offer to give something back, give back time. Don't always be selling on every single post. You want to be rounded in your approach. Now, as an example, if you work in a car dealership, and the reason why I choose this is obviously because this primarily was my background and my forte. There's so many things that you could do, not to just promote yourself, but to promote the business. But ultimately, by doing this, it's only going to help you grow your personal presence of your personal brand, which then is also going to then hopefully get you more profit, more money, more commission, and more deals on the board. And at the same time, you help more people. So it's a win-win situation. So in the beginning, yes, it's going to take you some time to get everything set up, but then eventually you'll start to reap those rewards. So as an example, as I was saying, if you work in a car dealership, some example of the things that you could do is you could do a walk around of a car. So you could film the outside of the car. You could do an interior picture or video of the car. You could show how some of the functions work, so like the radio, the parking sensors, the sat nav. What the customers come into your dealership, perhaps maybe they've collected a car and a year later they've come in and ask, oh, how do you do this? Or can you pair my phone for me or the Bluetooth? Well, if you did like a tutorial video, and then when your customers come in, obviously you can help them, but then you can also direct them to that later on. Again, that just builds your personal brand. You could show them how to top up the washer fluid, maybe change the clock in the car if it doesn't do it automatically. So these are all great examples of how you can create content for your own personal brand, which helps you go further in the future. Now, once you've created this plan, you want to stick to it, because people will be watching. They'll be watching you, watching what you do, watching what you say, and they may not react, like or share or comment on your posts, but I guarantee you this, they will be watching, and they'll be waiting. Okay, so consistency is key. So just to clarify, because I've had some feedback that you guys like the sort of quick recap. So the questions that you want to ask yourself is, who are you really? What's your vision? What's your values? What do you stand for? Now, if you want me to help you, then please feel free to contact me or DM through all the socials, which will be at the end of the podcast. Thank you for taking the time to listen to episode 23, and we look forward to speaking to you on episode 24. Have a great day. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, we'd really appreciate it if you could leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Stitcher. If you'd like to connect with us, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Simply Sales Podcast. Alternatively, you can head over to the website simplysalespodcast.com.